remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
We are live and local. Fox 5 News, live in Las Vegas, starts now.
Vice President Kamala Harris has chosen a running mate, Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota. We'll tell you more about the new VP candidate that many people may not be familiar with.
Plus, we've got details on a meeting in busting back. Details, I'm going to say it again just because it was so powerful. Details on a meeting aimed at finding ways to bust backyard breeding operations.
You sounded a little bit like Mike without a mic.
Can you do mine too?
No, I won't.
Good morning. Good morning. We got blue sky, temperatures at 114. Triple digits continue.
I think I just saw Mike blush. Like, I'd never really seen that. Yeah. That
well, I saw my name on the thing, and then Mike started talking right away. I was like, oh, I guess.
And then I thought it was just Mike didn't have his mic on because I didn't even bother to see that it said Dave, actually. So, yeah.
He's just a camera hog. But really the camera wasn't even on him.
I'm glad I wasn't on his soccer team back as a kid.
Or basketball team.
Yeah, I tried to take all the shots.
Jeez.
Yeah, anyway.
We'll let him have his moment. Don't you worry.
Right.
We're going to get him up here.
All right, 9 o'clock on your Tuesday. Good morning, everybody. I'm Jason Flanberg.
I'm Dave Hall. Let's bring in, are we bringing in Matty G? Yes, we are.
Yes.
He does say that he's very competitive.
I know. I thought he was going to slide in there on you, too.
He wanted to read it first, I guess. So. Well, good morning to you guys. We do have a pretty hot start of the day. I know we're in the upper 90s right now. Definitely getting our first 100-degree temperature. We'll go ahead and check those next. But blue sky out there at the Reed International. It is now 100 at the Reed International Airport, 101 in Mountain's Edge. So the Southwest Valley is feeling the hottest temperatures outside to start. 98 in Nellis Air Force Base, 99 in North Las Vegas. And a lot of us are in the upper 90s. Look at that. I mean, just a bad start to the morning. And I can say that because typically we do wake up in the low to mid 80s right now. We're at 100 degrees out the door at 9:01, 113 in Las Vegas, 110 in Pahrump, and 117 in Laughlin and Bullhead City. So future track, want to end with this and really talk about the chance for showers and storms. But Tuesday at 6 o'clock, most of the activities in Arizona, and then the clouds start to race in from Arizona tonight into the overnight hours. Now here we are at Thursday at 9 a.m. Looking at a few sprinkles or light showers for the morning, and then it starts to clear out in the afternoon. But the abundant monsoon moisture, the flashes of yellow and green, that is the good moisture that we need to get some of those showers and storms. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday looks to be our best opportunity before some drier air wraps in for the end of the weekend and into next week. So we'll talk about the temperatures too. I know we have the excessive heat warning today. That will end at 9 o'clock. And then as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, we slowly start to shave off a few degrees, but definitely feeling cooler heading into next week. All right, 9:02, Dave and Jason, I'll send it over to you.
Thank you, Matt. It is now official this morning. Vice President Harris has officially announced her running mate. He is Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
Yeah, the decision comes just hours after Harris claimed the nomination to run for the White House for the Democrats. Fox 5's Washington, D.C. correspondent Ashanti Ford has more.
With 90 days to go until Election Day, Kamala Harris has selected Tim Walz as her running mate. Now, before running for elected office, Walz was a high school teacher and also served in the U.S. Army. At 60, he's just 6 months older than Kamala Harris, but he seems to have won over younger voters by saying the Trump-Vance campaign is just weird. Others have gone through social media to discover quote-unquote how-to videos then teacher Walz posted to help students. Walz first ran for the U.S. House of Representatives in 2006, serving for 5 terms. From there, he was elected governor of Minnesota in 2018, leading a progressive overhaul of the North Star State when Democrats took control of the state government last year. He is also the current chair of the Democrat Governors Association. Reporting from the nation's capital, I'm Ashanti Ford.
Now, Harris and Walz will make their debut as a team at a rally in Philadelphia later today, and she's not the only one who will be there. Trump's VP candidate, J.D. Vance, is also holding a rally in the same city. Some other news now. Metro is investigating a crash involving one of its own. This was the scene near Tenaya and Windmill. down the street from Rainbow. It's not clear what led up to the crash. You can see some damage to one of the Metro vehicles there. The officer involved in the crash was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. No other injuries have been reported.
All right, this is a nicer sight than the last few days, that's for sure. Still wouldn't go race to check your 401k, but the Dow is up 457, the NASDAQ is up 278, and then earlier the Nikkei, which had its worst day, losing 12%. 2 days ago, yesterday, so today it actually had its best day since October of 2008, I think. It's been a long time, but it was up 10%. So a lot of things going in the right direction today, at least. Remember, this was after the Dow fell more than 1,000 points yesterday alone. That was the worst day on Wall Street since 2022. The Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago president is trying to reassure investors after recession fears caused days of market chaos. The agency is trying to time rate cuts just right to reduce inflation without causing a recession. Officials have a meeting in about 6 weeks, and that's when we could see rate cuts.
Despite elevated mortgage rates this year, the Southern Nevada housing market is holding steady. Earlier this morning, Las Vegas realtors releasing a new report showing home prices are up again with now more inventory on the market. Last month, the average price of a home sold in the Valley was $480,000. That's up 30 grand from this time last year. The report also says for most of this year, home sales have rebounded from 2023, which was the slowest year. Basically, more houses are on the market now than they were a year ago. Well, there's a rash of animals being surrendered or abandoned right now, and basically a lot of them, if not most of them, end up at the animal shelter.
Yeah, Fox 5's Mike Allen joins us now with more on what's expected to be discussed at today's Clark County Commissioners meeting, where they're planning to come up with solutions to this issue as well. And Mike, you now have the microphone.
Yes, thank you guys. Appreciate you handing it off to me.
Yeah.
So the meeting actually is happening right now. It started minutes ago at 9. You might remember a few weeks ago, 39 French bulldogs or mixes were seized from illegal breeders as part of a police bust. And since then, actually, 30 Labradoodles were brought in all at once as well. Those are some of the most popular breeds, and those are the ones that are contributing to the overpopulation with these illegal breeders. The Animal Foundation says those illegal and unlicensed backyard breeders, like those ones, contribute to that overpopulation. They put a strain on local resources because there's just not enough homes for all the animals being bred here in the Valley.
Illegal breeders are bad for the economy, they're bad for the health and safety of animals, they overburden the shelter. The illegal breeders are out to take advantage of, whatever the hot breed is and to take advantage of consumers.
And those two breeds, Labradoodles, French Bulldogs, the ones where you saw a bunch of them come into the animal shelter at once, those are the hot breeds right now, clearly in the Valley. And Clark County commissioners have already actually put an ordinance in place that stops sales from breeders in pet stores. That took effect several months ago. Currently, though, the fine for illegal breeding, $500, and some want it higher. And there is also part of the current system that some say is too lenient. It has to do with getting those illegal breeders licensed. And Michael Naft, the Clark County Commissioner who was bringing this up at today's meeting, which, again, just began minutes ago, Dave and Jason, is hoping to get rid of that provision that winds up getting those illegal breeders a license. He says that's rewarding bad behavior. Back to you guys.
All right, fair enough. Thanks, Mike.
Also at today's meeting, it's going to be a busy one. Commissioners will talk about creating a special event and sports department. The idea was born after the F1 race last year. After they talked about what went right and what went wrong with the event, they started thinking maybe they need a new department that focuses specifically on big events like that. So a public hearing on this will be scheduled for later this month. The county will also talk about waiving restrictions on how close liquor stores can operate near schools and churches. Right now, something called an adequate barrier must exist. Commissioners will be holding public comment on this. The meeting, as Mike mentioned, is underway and is happening now at the Clark County Government Center.
Well, a puppy with parvo is thriving after getting a groundbreaking treatment for the life-threatening disease. 3-month-old Nutter Butter was severely emaciated when she first arrived at the Animal Foundation. Her chances of survival were slim. Now, thanks to a conditionally approved drug treatment, Nutter Buddy Nutter Butter is a playful, alert puppy. I like that, Nutter Buddy. We first told you about the CPMA treatment, saving another dog at the shelter, but it doesn't come cheap. Each vial costs $220. The foundation says donations help pay for the life-saving treatment. All right, well, he nearly lost his life in the line of duty, but now Metro K9 Enzo is fully recovered and back on the job. Metro police have posted new pictures on X. Enzo was stabbed several times last March while responding to a report of a downtown fire. He's now fully recovered and received gifts and support from around the world. Enzo celebrated his third birthday last week, and since returning to work, Metro says he has already apprehended 3 suspects.
Way to go, Enzo.
All
right, Hurricane Debbie slammed into the south with a lot of rain and some strong winds.
But help is on the way for those impacted by the storm. The action President Biden took today that should speed up relief efforts. That's next.
I asked Deadpool to show off my 100% all-white meat spicy chicken strips. Not really what I had in mind, Deadpool. Starting at $5 with brand new dipping sauces. See Marvel Studios' Deadpool and Wolverine in theaters July 26th.
Welcome to Doc in the Box.
Joe Biden made Kamala Harris border czar to fix immigration. First, she ignored it.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
At some point.
Then she just lied.
The border is secure.
10 million illegal immigrants. Migrant crime out of control. Fentanyl kills thousands.
We have a secure border.
Kamala Harris. Failed, weak, dangerously liberal.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Listen, don't worry about the price. Just don't worry about it. You do understand you won't save thousands if you don't sign right now. You're never gonna see an offer like this again.
Say goodbye to the sleazy sales nightmare. Call Desert King Windows today for your free, no pressure in-home estimate. We help you make informed decisions without the sleazy sales gimmicks. Stay cooler during the scorching summers and get 30% off when you call today.
We use the best windows, 'cause nothing works better. Desert King Windows, we knock out the weather.
6 years ago, I promised to do what's right for Nevada, not my party.
But after Jackie Rosen voted 99% with Biden, gas costs 55% more, housing 35%, eggs 85%, because Rosen put her eggs in Biden's basket, cracking family budgets under the weight of reckless spending, like stimulus checks for illegal aliens. They got your money. We got higher prices. And Jackie Rosen should get a pink slip. Win It Backpack is responsible for the content of this ad.
Warm, wonderful waffles here. That's a terrible shirt on you. Not a good choice. Okay, you two, lots of cologne. No bueno.
How much did you pay this guy?
Quite a bit.
Actually, quite a bit. I think there's a wasp in here.
Welcome to Doc in the Box.
Fox 5 Weather is sponsored by Platinum Plastic Surgery. See real results at drcosta.com.
All right, after making landfall as a hurricane, Debbie is now a tropical storm and still unleashing a lot of historic rainfall in parts of Georgia and South Carolina. We've learned this morning at least 5 people have died because of the storm. A big concern is catastrophic flooding. Yvonne Rodriguez has more on the storm.
The rain has been consistently falling, and Charleston has already seen a month's worth of rain since the storm began, with about 7.5 inches. Rain totals by the end could be up to 25 inches.
We are at basically zero sea level, and we are anticipating unprecedented amounts of rainfall. When you couple that with potential storm surges and just, again, the level of rainfall, we're going to have some real issues here.
Charleston Mayor William Cogswell says with Tropical Storm Debbie moving slowly along the coastline, it could lead to endless amounts of rain for days. The heaviest rain amounts could even top 30 inches or more, depending on Debbie's speed.
There's as much rain as there's forecasted. Downtown is,
quite a charm when it comes to flooding, so it doesn't take much to really put it underwater.
In order to prepare, people headed to sandbag locations across the city.
The biggest thing is just making sure there's safety water, plenty of food, and right now trying to make sure the water doesn't go under my house.
The city says 49,000 sandbags were distributed, resulting in people needing to bring their own bags. As Debbie arrives, the National Weather Service in Charleston warned of numerous flooded homes, structures, damage to roadways, and flooding along smaller creeks and streams.
We are asking, of course, for people to stay home, to prepare their properties. We do not want people going out once the storm really hits.
And driving through downtown Charleston, we can see that people have prepared sandbags and are in front of front doors of homes and businesses. And Debbie is really moving slowly, an average pace of right around 3 miles per hour, meaning a person could actually move faster. In Charleston, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Well, people living in San Bernardino had to leave their homes because of a wildfire there. The Edge Hill fire has now destroyed multiple homes. You're looking at one. The fire reportedly began as some sort of brush fire yesterday and has since burned about 100 acres. It is 75% contained. The cause of the fire is not known and no injuries have been reported. But again, a couple houses going to be lost in this. Scientists at the Smithsonian have come up with a plan they say can safeguard some of Earth's species by storing them on the moon. How about that? The plan would use the craters of the moon polar region that is permanently in shadow, so it's super cold. The scientists say those regions are cold enough to allow a deep freeze of biological material without electricity or liquid nitrogen. The plan would be to start with Earth's most at-risk species and would eventually grow to include most species here on the planet. Well, check out to this. A guy on a putting green nearly gets taken out by that plane. Wow, he was about 20 feet from disaster right there. Luckily, you could tell he heard it coming and took off. This was near Sacramento. The pilot reported some sort of engine trouble and had to make that an emergency landing on the golf course. Thankfully, no injuries were reported.
Now, your local Las Vegas weather.
Good morning to you. We're looking at Red Rock and the Spring Mountains. A lot of blue sky from our downtown Summerlin camera. It's one of those days where it starts off very dry. We'll be noticing some clouds increasing for the afternoon hours. Already off to a very warm start. 100 degrees across the area for several locations. Seven Hills getting close to it. Boulder City about to hit it. And we're at 100 degrees at the Reed International. 102 for Mountain's Edge, sitting at 98 degrees for Southern Highlands. So pick your location. I mean, all of us are looking well above average for this time of day, and it's only getting hotter, closer to 114 as we get in the daytime high for about 4 or 5 o'clock. 99 in Laughlin, 96 degrees at the moment in Pahrump, and your temperatures around the country, they're also baking in the heat in Oklahoma City. So you talk about some humidity mixed in with the heat right now. It is just probably downright sticky in Oklahoma and Dallas. Also Houston at 92 degrees, New Orleans at 93. So a lot of folks are also dealing with the heat across the country. We are looking at sunny skies for now. Some clouds still holding steady, but it's mainly sunny out there at the moment. Southeast wind at 6 miles per hour and southwest winds bump up to 10 as we get into 5 o'clock tonight. High temperature stalling around 113 to 114. We'll get very close to a new record today, which was held back in 1978 of 114. We did hit a record yesterday as well, so it looks like August is off to a very warm start. We will start to see those temperatures sliding down, though, for the rest of the week and into next week. Your excessive heat warning, the good thing, this expires tonight. It's our last day with the excessive heat criteria, although tomorrow is still very warm. We're going to be sitting around 110 degrees. We don't get the excessive heat warning until, well, at least for the rest of the week, but it's gone after tonight. A few strikes of lightning right near Phoenix, just north of Phoenix, south of Flagstaff, as it marches closer to the 93 corridor and I-40 near Kingman. Don't really have to worry too much about the showers and storms working its way in today. High pressure bringing in all the sinking air, so we're not really dealing with much right now this morning, but it's going to swing in that moisture later this week, and we'll look at some more cloud cover and the chances for showers. What high pressure also does is it builds north, it pushes up the jet stream, and that's what helps pull in all the moisture from the south and also the hot temperatures. So we'll talk about your increasing cloud cover. Here are a few storm chances near Kingman, but rotating all that cloud cover in, and then we're looking at a few opportunities of rain by Thursday and Friday. Most of it looks to be hugging over Lake Mead and into Arizona. So your first alert calendar over the next 2 weeks, we're dealing with some alert days, excessive heat warning today, other chances for showers on Saturday, and otherwise a slight chance Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. As we get into next week, first day of school on August 12th, slight storm chance, and then just looking breezy Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Your first alert forecast, let's put the next 7 days in view for temperatures. 114 on your Tuesday, we're down to 108. Thursday and Friday. So if you have any weekend plans, best chance for some of those showers and storms looks to be on Saturday, a little more busy. And as we head into Sunday, we're looking breezy with a slight chance for showers. So every time we hit 100 degrees, Universal Solar Direct will donate $100 to the Cleveland Clinic LaRuvo Center. Our total is up to $6,700. We could also track those temperatures as we get into the rest of this week, and also download this QR code with your smartphone, and you'll be on your way to track those thunderstorms and also the temperatures into the weekend. We'll be right back after this.
Hit by a drunk driver? Help is here.
Life doesn't always let you choose what happens to you. I choose to be an advocate, and personal injury, well, is personal. If you want to transform your life for the better, choose a real personal injury firm. Gina Carina and Associates, changing lives daily.
Fact checkers call the attacks against Jackie Rosen false. Jackie Rosen is one of the most bipartisan and effective senators. She took on big drug companies to cap the price of insulin. She's going after corporate investors that buy up Nevada housing and drive up costs, and working with Republicans to audit the federal government and cut wasteful spending.
I'm Jackie Rosen, and I approve this message because I don't work for anyone in Washington. I work for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
This is America's border czar, and she's failed us. Under Harris, over 10 million illegally here. 250,000 Americans dead from fentanyl. Brutal migrant crimes. And ISIS now here.
Do you have any plans to visit the border? You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making.
Kamala Harris, failed, weak, dangerously liberal.
Seeing clearly matters. Being seen matters more. Nobody cares for eyes more than Pearl.
The one thing Kamala Harris has always been: fearless. As a prosecutor, she put murderers and abusers behind bars. As California's Attorney General, she went after the big banks and won $20 billion for homeowners. And as Vice President, she took on the big drug companies to cap the cost of insulin for seniors. Because Kamala Harris has always known who she represents.
This campaign is about who we fight for. We believe in a future where every person has the opportunity not just to get by, but to get ahead. Where every senior can retire with dignity. But Donald Trump wants to take our country backward, to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations and end the Affordable Care Act. But we are not going back. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Life doesn't always let you choose what happens to you. I choose to be an advocate, and personal injury, well, is personal. If you want to transform your life for the better, choose a real personal injury firm. Gina Carina and Associates, changing lives daily.
There you go. That is one of the best selfies you could take. It's hard to screw that one up. Eiffel Tower there in Paris. Been seeing a lot of that lately with the Olympic Games. Go USA, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
And Kirika was saying, I have yet to be to Paris. She was saying the Eiffel Tower was a little underwhelming. And I was telling her the same thing about the Leaning Tower of Pisa. is like,
okay,
that's it.
No, Eiffel Tower is the real deal.
Okay.
I've heard the Leaning Tower of Pisa is, like you said, not that great.
Yeah, it's nothing spectacular.
More closer to home, I was not impressed with Graceland. I thought that was very small.
Really?
Yeah.
I've not been.
Yeah, I passed by there one time.
Well, the ghost of Elvis is now going to curse you, so there you go.
All right, the Olympics are underway, and we've learned that sprinter Brittany Brown has a love for Beyonce.
As I'm sure a lot of the athletes do, they are sharing the tunes that are getting them hyped up for their events.
Right. You hear about like baseball players walking up to the plate with that hype music. Well, not different at the Olympic Games. So Brittany listens to Queen Bee's American Requiem to psych her up before her sprinting events. In fact, I believe she's running for the gold in the 200 today.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, according to the AP, Sonny Choi likes Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Jamaican sprinter Jaden Hibbert likes Drake's Ugly. I don't know if you're supposed to pronounce it that way.
I think you needed a little more
Yeah, Ugly.
There we go.
The Italian long jumper named Marcel Jacobs likes Italian rap music, but like he likes the hardcore stuff. I guess it'd be the Italian version of NWA.
Okay, okay. Julian Alfred, the sprinter from St. Lucia, eclectic. She likes types of Caribbean music. I mean, she's from the Caribbean.
Sure.
Dance hall, soca, and calypso. And then Rebecca McGowan from the UK likes rock and roll. Anything from the Chili Peppers she loves. Also to Panic at the Disco's High Hopes.
Vegas band.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we can't.
Love that.
We don't hate that for sure. All right, let's take a look at right when we catch China with 21 gold medals. They obviously got one because just a few hours ago we were saying they were tied. So China definitely got another gold. However, we do lead in the medal count by a lot, 79 medals. China is in second place with the host country France in third. Summer Games go on through Sunday. I noticed that Chase Budinger, my college basketball guy from Arizona, then went on to play pro basketball, then made the transition to sand volleyball.
Yeah.
They got knocked out in the round of 16. I was watching that game. It was actually, Norway kind of beat them easily.
Really?
Yeah, we still have another team, though, in pairs that are left.
There's a lot of track and field events today, so we're going to get more golds today.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we'll have more on the excessive heat warning. That's coming up next.
My name is Nick Pomponio, and I'm here to provide you with the legal representation you deserve. Enough of the gimmicks and attorneys selling taglines and empty promises. Not only will I cut you a check, but I plan on changing your life. If you have suffered injuries in an accident, contact me today.
The excellence of driving a Buick is matched by the excellence of the dealership experience when you own a Buick. Buick, exceptional by design.
Current eligible non-GM owners get $3,000 purchase allowance on 2024 Encore GX models. That's 10% below MSRP on this Encore GX.
It's one of the oldest scams in Vegas. Make them think one thing and pull off another. Meet Sam Brown, or as Republicans call him, Scam Brown. Brown created a special fundraising committee he said would be used to elect Republicans. But instead, Brown pocketed money for his own campaign. In fact, fewer than 2% went to helping other candidates. Sam Brown. Can't trust him to be for you. Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
My name is Nick Pomponio, and I'm here to provide you with the legal representation you deserve. Enough of the gimmicks and attorneys selling taglines and empty promises. Not only will I cut you a check, but I plan on changing your life. If you have suffered injuries in an accident, contact me today.
Well, after a 9-year-old girl is killed in an alleged DUI crash, we'll tell you about the child's relationship to the suspect.
And good morning. It's an extremely hot start, but the excessive heat warning expires tonight, and then looking forward to some cooler days straight ahead.
Okay, don't judge me for asking this, but is this dog kind of hot? I'm asking for a friend, okay?
Yeah.
Her new perfume is driving the boys crazy. What the hell? And wait till you hear how much that little bottle of perfume costs.
Oh, okay.
Kid Smith was asking if he could use it, if it was for people.
Okay, so it's for dogs,
It's
huh?
for dogs.
It's for dogs.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Because I know that just cologne in general is very expensive. I can only imagine what perfume is. I guess I should probably know. I should probably at some point in my life bought a few bottles for some women, but
I was gonna say.
I don't remember. Yeah. I think what normally happens, which I don't think anybody would be surprised, is that I go in with the intention of maybe buying some perfume, but I go by the men's section first. They have a display person.
Sure.
Next thing you know, I'm buying for myself.
Yeah. You walk out with a really nice bottle of cologne.
Yeah, right. And then I'm like, wait, why did I come to the mall?
And then you're single a week later.
Right.
Nice.
All right, something to think about. Let's toss it over to Matty G with a look at our forecast. Matt, seeing some of these teams, the NFL teams that are, I know the Raiders decided not to scrimmage with anybody, but some of these other teams getting together, beautiful days, and what do? They're fighting each other.
Throwing hands. Yeah, it's only, I mean, it's just a start, right? We got preseason, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, not like a good day out here to be throwing around with your buddies. It's going to be a hot one, so you want to stay indoors versus being outdoors. We have some blue sky. Temperatures are off to a warmer start, already at 100 degrees at the Reed International, so it is going to be an excessively hot day today with a forecast high of 114. Just one more day with the excessive heat warning, and then the monsoon arrives as we get into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then we're also looking at some storm chances as we get into Friday and Saturday. So Saturday is definitely going to be the better chance for some of those widely scattered thunderstorms. So temperatures around the valley right now, 104. It's a very warm start in the Southwest Valley in Mountain's Edge, Southern Highlands at 101, and a lot of us are just hovering right near 100, especially in the Northwest Valley and up in Aliante, 99 degrees right now. So it is extremely dangerous hot start. If you got to walk the dog, now's the time to do it before you head into the afternoon hours, because you know it's only going up from here. High temperatures this afternoon, 114 for Nellis Air Force Base, around 110 in Pahrump, and 117 in Laughlin and Bullhead City. Your future track showing you some clouds returning later this evening with the help of some of those storms and showers in Arizona. So the monsoon's here. I know you can feel the dew points around 40 to 50 degrees, but better chances for showers as we transition to Wednesday night and also Thursday morning. So we'll talk more about your future track coming up. Over the next 10 days, temperatures will slowly start to get cooler. By the time we start next week, Monday, the first day of school, it looks like temperatures will be back near average, around 104. 9:32, Jason and Dave, over to you.
All right. Thanks, Matt. So Fox 5 is learning more about a suspected DUI crash that killed a 9-year-old girl. Sophia Sandoval of Porterville, California, has been identified as the victim.
Police say she is the niece of the suspect who was arrested. Investigators say Sorensen, this woman here, Christina Sorensen, was impaired when she illegally turned on a red light. She was booked into the North Las Vegas Correctional Facility on charges of DUI resulting in death and child endangerment resulting in death. Now, the crash happened Saturday afternoon at Ann and Simmons. Police say Sorensen crashed into the Jeep with the 9-year-old girl inside of it. The driver of the Jeep had minor injuries. Fox 5 found out this all happened after the young girl had visited her aunt at a hair salon she worked at. Victoria Saha spoke with people inside the salon.
A memorial and candles are all that's left of the crash that killed 9-year-old Sophia Sandoval.
We saw Sophia inside the car, and at the time, the female driver in that car, she was like I believe she was in shock. She wasn't she seemed like she was okay, but she wasn't really responding to what we were saying.
Jason Jefferson and his brother-in-law rushed to the crash scene.
I told him, I said, she's not breathing, her lips are blue. And then that's when somebody else came. I believe the other guy that came, he said he was a doctor. She was not wearing the seatbelt. I remember that thoroughly. My brother-in-law was able to take her off the car, but I even happened to unbuckle the seatbelt. They were giving her CPR, and for a good about, I want to say, a minute and a half.
In the meantime, Jefferson says Sophia's dad was pleading with her to pull through.
Sophia, please come back. You have your whole life ahead of you. Please come back. And he was just on his knees, you know, and it was just so sad.
We now know that Sophia's dad was with her moments before at her aunt's salon, which was right near the crash site.
The little girl had come up to get a haircut, and she was with her father, and but she wanted to ride in Christina's Corvette.
Police say that Sophia's aunt, 63-year-old Christina Sorensen, was the driver of that Corvette. Sophia was in the front seat. A Jeep with a green light hit the Corvette. Police say Sorensen was not sure if her signal was green and appeared emotionless. This made police believe Sorensen was under the influence. Meanwhile, the images of the crash is something that will stay with Jefferson forever.
And it was just something that I'm never going to forget. Like, just especially seeing her just laying there, unresponsive.
Victoria Saha, Fox 5 News, Local, Las Vegas.
Sorensen was in court yesterday. Her bail was set at $100,000.
Well, the first day of school is next week, and this will be the first day that all 23 Clark County middle schools will have crossing guards. As Fox 5's Molly McBride reports, the county is asking for parents' patience as they sort out the new system.
138 students hit going to and from school in Clark County last year, a 100% increase from 2022, and disproportionately middle schoolers. For this school year, each school campus in the county is expected to have 2 to 3 crossing guards, depending on the size and speed of nearby roadways. And while the new system is sorted out, Clark County officials say parents should expect delays.
There's things that we can legislate and there's things that we can enforce, but at the end of the day, we are asking for human kindness, some additional patience.
They also want to remind parents of rules inside a school zone. 1, no U-turns are allowed. 2, the speed limit is 15 miles per hour. And 3, even though these are dashed white lines, there's still no passing allowed.
We're going to have an increased presence out there, and we will be happy to issue a gentle reminder by way of citation if you break any of these rules.
Once fully staffed, there will be about 1,000 crossing guards across Clark County. They currently need about 50 of those positions filled before the start of the school year. Molly McBride, Fox 5 News, Local, Las Vegas.
All right, Rebel football getting ready to kick off their season August 31st on the road against a tough Houston team. As Paloma Villicana reports, the Rebels have a goal to win the Mountain West this year after falling just a little short last year.
The quarterback competition continues on day 4 of fall camp here at UNLV, but we're taking a look at the defensive side of the ball and all the new additions in the defensive backfield. These DBs look longer and bigger as we've seen them flying around, making big plays.
Yeah, really good. I mean, I knew it going into fall camp because of summer workouts and walkthroughs and the leadership that we have on the team, but I was really impressed out there. It's going to be really fun. We got, the D-backs, we got a lot of new D-backs and a lot of returning D-backs, and they can all fly around, they all make plays, they all love ball, and it's so much fun playing with them. D-line is really good this year. It's going to be a lot of fun to play with our D-line, and it's just going to make it easier for me and obviously our defensive backs.
We were talking about it last night. It's a different drill. It's different than what it was last year. It's different than what it was in the spring. There's some weapons. I mean, if you fall asleep at all, they're going to exploit it. And they're working their tail off, and it's fall camp, it's boom, offense, defense, offense. I don't even speak to defensive coaches right now because they're on the other side. But, but it's very, very competitive, and those guys I mean, they're getting after quarterback, which it bothers me, but it makes us all better. I know that. It's some intriguing battles out there right now.
The Rebels are opening the 2024 season on the road at Houston on August 31st. We'll continue to be here at fall camp, checking in with the Rebels, showing you all the new faces as Barry Odom and his Rebels are looking to clinch their first ever Mountain West championship this year. At UNLV, I'm Paloma Villicana, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.
All right, well, Dave has been doing some good countdowns. You know,
Thank you.
You've been knowing when a lot of things are starting.
Yes.
The football, elections, things like that.
Yeah.
So it's not a surprise that you know that Fat Bear Week is still 2 months away. It seems that they're getting a little cranky, though.
I mean, can't you blame them?
No.
They have to eat fish every day, every meal. And I think they're getting tired of us staring at them.
Right.
So this camera was
Yeah.
A grumpy bear showed up. He is over it.
Yeah.
But the haul is next.
The other one's like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
I'm going off for more salmon.
I'm Jackie Rosen, and I approve this message.
He's trying to change his story to get elected, but for years, MAGA extremist Sam Brown has been pushing to ban abortion. He pushed to overturn Roe v. Wade. He said abortion should be banned without any exceptions for rape or incest. Sam Brown even supported the extreme Texas ban.
On issues of life, it is a non-negotiable debate.
MAGA extremist Sam Brown will take away abortion rights in Nevada.
It's the final days of Walker's summer clearance sale with savings up to 40, even 50% off everything. Yes, everything. Every living room, bedroom, dining room up to 40, even 50% off. Plus, get a discount equal to the sales tax or get 36 months no interest financing. Save $500 on this transitional 6-piece queen bedroom group. Now $698. Shop confidently with our 100-day price guarantee at Walker's summer clearance sale. Hurry, it all ends Monday.
Joe Biden made Kamala Harris border czar to fix immigration. First, she ignored it.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
At some point.
Then she just lied.
The border is secure.
10 million illegal immigrants. Migrant crime out of control. Fentanyl kills thousands.
We have a secure border.
Kamala Harris. Failed, weak, dangerously liberal.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Attention! If you have Medicaid and live in Nevada and need assistance with daily living, you can receive a 100% free service and get help in the comfort of your own home by a loved one. Call Freedom Care now so you can receive daily help preparing meals, bathing, doing laundry, shopping, and more. All done by a family member or friend who gets paid to be your caregiver. You get to decide who provides your care, and your caregiver can choose to get paid instantly after their shift. It's all funded by Medicaid, so it's 100% free to you. Call in the next 10 minutes to see if you qualify. The Freedom Care family will explain the process, making it stress-free for patients and caregivers. Freedom Care is a leading choice for home care in Nevada and has received over 5,000 five-star reviews. They've been helping families for years. This service is 100% free to you through Medicaid. So call right now and see how fast you can get started with Freedom Care.
Well, speaking of countdowns, we're a little more than 6 weeks away from the Golden Knights returning to the ice for the start of training camp. One of the big storylines heading into the fall will once again rest in the Vegas net. Fox 5's Vince Sapienza has more on that from City National Arena.
Last summer, Aiden Hill changed the narrative of his career from a journeyman goaltender to the guy who backstopped Vegas to a Stanley Cup championship. He parlayed that into a new contract, and with Logan Thompson shipped to Washington, he's the undisputed #1. However, there are questions surrounding the Knights netminder, not because of his ability, but rather his availability.
And that will end Aiden Hill's return. Now, there's just, you can tell that's not a normal position moving the puck. He is clearly frustrated as he leaves.
It's a movement that I've done thousands and thousands of times in my life when I get hurt, so it's weird how you can do something so many times and then just one time that exact same movement, something happens and tweaks. So it's kind of shocking when it happens, because you're like, I did this 80 times in practice yesterday, and now today in the game it hurts. So being a goalie in the position I do, it puts a lot of stress on certain areas of your body, and yeah, there's no really way to play goalie without.
Meantime, Aiden Hill, that last save, his left leg kicked out, so yeah, Aiden Hill off.
It was frustrating. I think it's the 3rd year in a row I've had a bit of injury problems, so yeah, I mean, nobody wants to be injured. It sucks seeing your team battle out there without you and kind of feeling helpless in a way, but yeah, I'm trying to make sure I do whatever I can this summer to try and have injury-free next season, and yeah, just trying to uncover every stone to make sure that it doesn't happen again.
And they pick up their 300th all-time regular season win.
Now, while Hill was limited to just 35 games, he did pick up 19 wins, sporting a .909 save percentage. He played the final 3 playoff games in the series against Dallas, losing 2 of 3, though earning a shutout in Game 6.
Aiden Hill, his 3rd playoff shutout of his career.
There's nothing bothering me right now, so that's good. Right now I feel like my body's at 100%, but it's just making sure that don't go down that road again. It's just trying to make sure I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that doesn't happen again, because yeah, I feel like I prepare for the ice and do everything properly, and my routine's good, so yeah, it's just trying to figure it out.
The Golden Knights will hit the ice here at City National Arena for the first time September 19th. Rookie camp starts September 12th. That is the latest from City National Arena. I'm Vince Sapienza, Fox 5 News Local, Las Vegas.
All right, so we're going to start with a term we hear a lot, lovable loser. It's kind of nice and kind of mean at the same time, right? Like you're lovable, but you're a loser. For example, Charlie Brown, a lovable loser. Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber, lovable loser. And now the Chicago White Sox are lovable losers.
Get some dirt under his nails.
This one's crushed to deep right center field. On the run, Robert. He's going to run out of room.
This sign right here is perfect. Come on, guys, just win one, please. But they can't. The White Sox have now lost 21 games in a row, which ties the longest losing streak in American League history. And go figure, it's the A's of all team who smoked them last night 5-1. So the Sox now only trail the 1961 Phillies for Major League history. That team lost 23 in a row. Jeez. The Sox go for 22 tonight. We'll see what happens. Well, it feels like a good day to check in with our friends, the Fat Bears of Katmai National Park. Now, they have one job this summer, to get fat, so the chicks are extra thick and the dad bod becomes the rad bod. Now, I'm starting to think the Bears, though, are catching on to us. They know we're watching them, and they don't like it. Yeah, this bear is like, hey, privacy, please. There's laws against that. So the big guy or gal starts knocking the camera around. We can see the box it's in. Oh, there's an electrical outlet in case one of them has an iPhone that needs to be charged. All right, fine. We'll leave you alone for now, but we're going to keep checking back in. Fat Bear Week, by the way, is coming up in October. Did you see the claws on that thing? Man. Oh, my Lord. They're so cute from a distance. All right, we're going to finish up with a famous movie line. Jason, well, I'm going to see if you can guess this one. Pretty sure you can. Yeah. 60% of the time, it works every time. Name that movie.
That is Anchorman.
That's right. Brian Fantana, right? And do you remember the name of the cologne?
Panther. Sex Panther?
Bingo.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Dogs want in on that action, too. Dolce & Gabbana have a new perfume for dogs. It's called Fifi. It's a playful mix of musk and the creamy undertones of sandalwood, whatever that means. But apparently it drives the pooches crazy. Even better than Sex Panther. Forget 60%, 80% of the time. It works every time. Now, a bottle of that, by the way, $109, but you do get a collar and a tag, so your dog will be very fancy and it'll smell really nice. And I mean, come on, that's a hot dog right there.
That, gotta say, it's, you know what? And it's green and red, which I was already thinking Christmas, like a nice Christmas gift for a dog lover.
Perfect.
It's almost like they knew that's what people were gonna think and made it green and red.
Now, if you buy that, do not give it to your lady friends.
Right.
Just don't do that.
Well, according to my story earlier, I haven't bought any for perfumes.
Don't make this the first one, Jason. Because I don't know what sandalwood smells like, but it's designed for dogs.
Yeah, okay. All right, duly noted. Thanks, Dave.
Sure.
Now, your local Las Vegas weather.
Well, good morning. It is steamy out there. We have dew points up to about 50 degrees, and temperatures are off to an extremely warm start, above 100 degrees really throughout the Las Vegas Valley. So as we take a look from our Stratcam down the resort corridor, we are looking at a lot of blue sky compared to yesterday. I know we had a lot of cloud cover, upper level to mid-level clouds, but right now, I mean, it's pretty quiet and clear outside. So that's why these temperatures are able to really spike fast, and it's a little bit drier than yesterday as well in terms of the dew point. But 103 in Henderson Executive Airport, 100 degrees in Boulder City. We have several triple-digit temperatures. How about Mountain's Edge at 106? It is a very dangerously start to the day. A dangerous start at 9:50 this morning. So if you're trying to walk the dog, got to do it before at least 10 o'clock, even the 11 o'clock hour. After that, it is just way too hot out there. 99 degrees in Laughlin. We're sitting in the upper 90s for Mesquite this morning. And your day planner will keep it mainly clear and dry outside. But by 10 o'clock, we're looking at calm winds. We'll start to pick up a little wind as we transition to the afternoon. Around 1, 2 o'clock, you may notice a slight breeze out of the southeast, around 5 to 10 miles per hour. So high temperatures around 113 today, sitting close to a record that was held back in 1978. That being 114, so we may get another record breaker today. 116 in Overton, we're up to 114 in Mesquite, and also sitting right around 110 in Pahrump. But still looking at a very warm day across the area with the excessive heat warning, which will be set to expire tonight at 9 o'clock. So don't have to worry too much about these temperatures hanging around for the rest of the week, although tomorrow's still sitting around 110 out there. So the excessive heat warning will be gone after tonight, but look at the 10-day temperature trend as we track over the next 7 days to 10 days. The good news is school starts next Monday, and then we're slowly starting to see these temperatures fall back down to average. Your average is around 104 degrees, so of course today and tomorrow way above average, but as we head into next week, it looks like we'll start to cool down where we should be, at least for that second full week of August. Satellite radar, where's the monsoon? You can see it right near Flagstaff and Phoenix. It's slowly starting to trek east, or trek west back in our area. But we will be looking at a few opportunities of some showers and storms by Wednesday and Thursday. Here's the upper level flow. We have high pressure overhead. That's mainly over the Four Corners region. That's what keeps us pretty much locked and dry into this heat dome. And what it does, high pressure, a lot of sinking air in the atmosphere, so we're not getting all that good moisture. Sure, we're getting some monsoon moisture, but with the help with low pressure, it's really not with us as we head into the next week. So here comes the monsoon for Kingman today. A few scattered light showers, not going to add up to much, but here comes a push of some cloud cover late tonight into tomorrow morning, and then some good chances for some of those showers as we get into your Thursday morning and afternoon. But overall, in terms of those strong thunderstorms, that looks to be out of the question. Just going to get a few slight chances for some light showers. Your first alert calendar over the next 2 weeks, we're dealing with alert days Tuesday and Saturday. We have an excessive heat warning Tuesday. Of course, that expires at 9 o'clock tonight. And then as we roll into the weekend, Saturday afternoon, looking at some showers and storms out there. And then next week, just breezy at times, Tuesday through Thursday. So your first alert forecast, we're showing Tuesday at 114. That comes close to the record back in 1978. And then temperatures by the weekend, looking a little bit cooler. 108 Friday, 109 on Saturday, still hot and above average. Then getting a little better as we head into Monday next week at 106. Jason, over to you.
Thanks, Matt. Next on More, we're getting you ready to go back to school. It's back to school week. We have some budgeting advice to help you keep costs down when sending your kid back to the classroom. And a thrilling tribute is coming to the Smith Center, and all proceeds are going to a great cause. The star of the show joins us in studio on More.
Should we take a look at? What do you think?
So here,
from design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
This is America's border czar, and she's failed us. Under Harris, over 10 million illegally here. 250,000 Americans dead from fentanyl. Brutal migrant crimes. And ISIS now here.
Do you have any plans to visit the border? You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making.
Kamala Harris, failed, weak, dangerously liberal.
This is Rodney, and this is Rodney's Good Feet story.
When you're blind, walking for me is probably the most important thing I do. But the more I walked, the more my feet hurt. And when I tried the arch support sauna, I'm like, wow, I'm steadier.
Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm able to just walk with confidence. Feels great to be out in nature and walk again.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
6 years ago, I promised to do what's right for Nevada, not my party.
But after Jackie Rosen voted 99% with Biden, gas costs 55% more, housing 35%. Eggs 85% because Rosen put her eggs in Biden's basket, cracking family budgets under the weight of reckless spending, like stimulus checks for illegal aliens. They got your money. We got higher prices. And Jackie Rosen should get a pink slip. Win It Backpack is responsible for the content of this ad.
World, the time has come to push the button. World, the time has come to push the button. World, the time has come to push the button.
Get this low mileage lease on this 2024 GMC Hummer EV pickup for around $849 per month. We are professional grade GMC.
Should we take a look at? What do you think?
So here,
from design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
All law firms are not the same. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
do you remember, like, the Las Vegas Welcome to Las Vegas sign, like, not having a line really? That, I mean, it used to not have a line like this.
No, yeah, for sure. It wasn't like a thing like it is now, probably 15 years ago or something.
Right. I went there one night, and I was in October, and now it's like they have the complete setup, you know. They have like people that just hang out there and will take your picture, and they'll also have lighting for you.
Sell you water.
Sell you what they want to, obviously tips, or something they might just charge. But got a really good picture.
You know, we could turn that little strip into like a little mini putt-putt course if we wanted to.
Yeah. All right. More shows coming up next, and we'll see you then.
Thanks for watching Fox 5 News. Watch us live wherever you are, on our mobile, on our streaming news app. And you can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, watch out.
Watch out. The insurance company is going to ask you to sign some papers. Don't do it.
Watch out. You may be entitled to money your insurance company isn't telling you about.
Don't trust the insurance company after your wreck. You could miss out on a lot of money. Call me. I'll watch out for you.
Jack Bernstein watched out for me and got me $500,000 for my car wreck. Jack's got your back.
I'm attorney Jack Bernstein, protecting your rights.
Call 702-633-3333.
It's one of the oldest scams in Vegas. Make them think one thing and pull off another. Meet Sam Brown, or as Republicans call him, Scam Brown. Brown created a special fundraising committee he said would be used to elect Republicans. But instead, Brown pocketed money for his own campaign. In fact, fewer than 2% went to helping other candidates. Sam Brown. Can't trust him to be for you. Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Coming up today on More Local Las Vegas. You want to look good as you head back to school. We have some fashion advice for you. Plus, if you're getting ready to go shopping for your dorm, the best items to make your school year a little easier. And taking a look at your finances for the upcoming school year. Also, let's go tailgating. On our barbecues in our outdoor kitchen with some tasty ideas for football season. Las Vegas's favorite lifestyle and entertainment show. More starts now.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to More. I'm Mike Davis, and for Alyssa.
And I'm Jason Feinberg, and coming up, we continue our back-to-school week preps and Raiders preseason kickoff coverage. We have details on dorm room must-haves. It was the lava lamp for me. Compliments of my brother, who's a little older. And tailgating tips. Well, that's just good barbecue.
Yeah, you need that for everything with football season. What color was this lava lamp?
It was a blue foundation with a bunch of other colors.
Wow.
Yeah,
right,
mostly blue.
Sounds lovely.
Yes. All right, but first, you may recall last year, Fox 5, along with our community partners, completed a playground